we know we're going to lose some, you know, and that's going through your mind, and you know there's going to be stuff that we can't save. But the mindset goes to what can we save?
In the midst of destruction, we're also hearing stories of survival, the community effort to save one local town.
If the poor air quality has been impacting you, it's probably been impacting your pet. Coming up, we'll share how to keep them safe.
Millions of kids are enrolled in summer camps across the country, and one of them is reshaping the way kids think about technology.
Good Wednesday morning as we take this live look outside. Sun is shining brightly on your Wednesday. Beautiful start to the day. Hopefully a better day when it comes to the firefighting efforts throughout the state. Maybe some weather relief for those firefighters. As we say, welcome to the 6 o'clock hour. I'm Drew Carney.
And I'm Corey Rose. Katie, some good news this morning when it comes to our air quality.
Oh, you could actually see the sun this morning. It was so smoky, so hazy. Days upon days we were under an air quality alert, at least for the Front Range. That's not the case. Okay. So clear skies, but rain in the forecast. And unfortunately, with some pockets of heavier rain over the Aspen Acres fire, the burn scar there, we actually have the potential for flash flooding. Now, for today, general thunderstorms set to pop up in the late afternoon and early evening. And we could see a few strong storms over the northeastern plains. But it's a much clearer view. We can actually make out the foothills this morning as the sun comes up over downtown Denver. Partly cloudy skies this morning and will stay mostly clear through the day. For the first half of the day, that is, with showers and storms popping up in the late afternoon. Air quality improvements, at least for this Wednesday, that is ahead of more high heat and dry air. But we do still have air quality for health advisories for wildfire smoke for our central, southern mountains, and especially down south near Pueblo. So taking us through our smoke forecast and also our future cast, as we introduce more moisture and thunderstorms form, the northeastern corner of Colorado could be seeing a strong storm or two. The biggest threat would be large hail. Best chance for any activity across the Denver area arrives right around 4 p.m. Good news that we're welcoming some of that wet weather, but unfortunately, as our next ridge of high pressure builds back in, more smoky skies will be possible here over Colorado. You've seen it, you probably smelt it over the last few days. Odds are your pets may also have been impacted by this. And veterinarians say that wildfire smoke, that can be especially hard on animals with breathing or heart conditions. So our 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry joins us live now. And Jaleesa, what are some pet experts telling you this morning?
Well, Katie, we know Denver is very much a dog city, and those with Park Hill Veterinary Medical Center say anytime a lot of wildfires pop up, they see a lot of pets come in, some with symptoms as severe as asthma attacks and excessive coughing to mild wheezing and eye irritation. If your pet has an underlying health condition like lung or cardiac disease, they're also more vulnerable to complications. Experts say the best thing you can do for them is limit time outside during the hottest time of the day, which is usually where we see the worst ground level ozone air quality. One vet tells me for pets already with underlying health conditions, those kinds of days can be dangerous.
Particularly for the pets that could be seriously affected, it can make them really feel awful. It could trigger for very fragile pets that have significant cardiac disease. It could lead to congestive heart failure, and no one wants to be taking their pets to the emergency hospital for something that they could have helped prevent in a sense.
Now, Dr. Margot says indoor pets can feel the effects as well. On a poor air quality day, if your dog is coughing, wheezing, having trouble breathing, it may be time to bring them in. Reporting live in Denver, Jaleesa Irizarry, 9 News.
Jaleesa, thank you so much for that report. 6:03 is your time right now, taking a live look from one of our CDOT cameras. We just got reports of a crash in this area, so I was checking some of these CDOT cameras, and you can see that there is one car at least facing the wrong way along westbound I-70. This is all happening right near Peoria, so you can see it is slowing things down for anyone taking westbound I-70, kind of right near that express lane. Looks like this vehicle was involved in that crash. Unclear if that semi was also involved or if they're just helping out the driver. Let's get over to your drive times, because out in the Aurora area, we're also tracking another crash. This is happening just east of 225, right at the intersection of Sable Boulevard at Ellsworth Avenue.
All right, thanks, Brianna. In our news headlines this morning, more than a week ago, voters weighed in to decide who will run for governor of Colorado this fall, and we still only know who one of those candidates will be. We, of course, know that Phil Weiser will be running on the Democratic side of the ticket, but as votes continue to be counted, it's still too close to call the Republican side. Ministry Leader Victor Marks, State Senator Barb Kirkmeyer, right there neck and neck still, again, a week past Election Day. Marks holds that narrow lead, less than 2,000 votes. By the way, that is still big enough to avoid a mandatory recount, unless that is Kirkmeyer closes the gap. Voters who had signature or ID issues still have until today to cure their ballot. Today is also the last day for military or overseas ballots to be received.
New this morning, the U.S. military has conducted a new round of airstrikes on Iran. President Trump now says the ceasefire is over. The strikes are in retaliation for Iran attacking several commercial ships near the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. has also reimposed some economic sanctions against Tehran because of Iran's actions. Lifting economic sanctions was one of the key components of the ceasefire in exchange for Iran reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
Kentucky Republican Senator Mitch McConnell is still in the hospital after nearly a month. Details still limited as to why that is, but the former Senate Majority Leader was admitted back on June 14th. According to his staff, he continues to get excellent care as he works on recovering. His office has not said if the 84-year-old will be back in Washington, D.C. when the Senate returns next week. The senator announced last year that he would not seek another term after his current one ends in 2027.
Former Florida gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum is facing new legal trouble. Authorities in Alabama say the Democrat was arrested last week on drug-related charges. He has since been released. The former Tallahassee mayor narrowly lost Florida's 2018 gubernatorial race to Ron DeSantis. The arrest comes after previous legal troubles. He was arrested in 2020 after police say they found him inebriated at a Miami Beach hotel. And then in 2023, he was at the center of a federal corruption case involving the illegal use of campaign funds. He was acquitted of lying to the FBI.
A high-rise building in Manhattan is still unstable this morning after officials found that columns buckled while it was under construction. The building is the former headquarters of pharmaceutical company Pfizer. It's in a busy corridor as well, just down the street from the Chrysler building. City leaders say the building was being converted into luxury apartments. New York's mayor said 2 of the building's structural columns on the 21st floor buckled, causing cracks and sagging floors. Nearby buildings had to be evacuated and nearby streets were shut down.
It was a disaster, the way they were running out of the hotel. It was crazy. And everybody was panicking. This is New York City. We experience something excited every day. And we got to try to make the best of it. That's it.
City leaders say first responders were working to stabilize the building before engineers could start to fix it. Building department records show this project has been fined by the city for several safety violations, including glass and metal falling off the building.
This cute pup is now on patrol at Grand Canyon National Park. The National Park Service says Blue is the South Rim's conservation canine. He is trained to help address the growing problem of elk and bighorn sheep who have gotten more and more comfortable around humans. The animals have started approaching busy visitor areas, blocking roadways, and sometimes showing aggressive behavior. The Grand Canyon Conservancy says Blue is part of a 3-year wildlife management initiative to address the problem.